Hello and welcome to another episode of the Unfiltered Book Recap. My name is Bria. You may also know me as your fairy smut mother, or just the person that has a lot of book recommendations for anything that you're probably looking for. Here is a reminder before I get into the book of this week. This podcast spoils books. It does. If you're someone looking to remember what happened in a book before the next book comes out, if you just want it spoiled for you just to kind of see what is actually happening in the book before you dive into it and read it, I am here for that. I know some people enjoy that so that they understand what they're actually getting into versus just reading the blurb and the trope. I get that, and that's what I'm here for. I love to blab, and if you followed me on any of my platforms, you understand that I really have to censor myself so much because I don't want to spoil the book for you. But that's why any book I talk about in here has been published for at least 5 to 6 months. Half of a year has gone by or more, so that you have time to actually read the book before it's spoiled for you. Okay, cool, great. The book we're talking about today is called Call Him Daddy by Katie Perez. This book came out last September, so we're about to hit the 1-year mark. I'm really excited. This book took TikTok by storm, and I absolutely love this book. I'm obsessed with this book, so let's talk about this book. So, in the beginning of this book, you find out that Theo and his fiancée are going to have a beautiful baby girl, and everyone is so excited at the gender reveal party until the fiancé goes missing for a little while, and Theo goes, well, let me go check on her. I hope she's okay. He walks in on a conversation with her and the best friend, basically saying, well, I hope he never finds out that we've been still sleeping together. So now Theo is like, is the baby even mine? Like, how long have you been sleeping with my best friend, aka the neighbor? Well, at the end of the epilogue, you find out that the baby isn't his. And the baby also even wasn't the neighbor's or the best friends. Let's be very clear. No one knows who the father of that baby is, okay? So there's that. 22 years later, this is very important, remember that. He has to go home because unfortunately his mother passed away, so he is in charge of all of her affairs. But in the beginning of this book, in the very first chapter, he's wondering how him coming home to take care of his affairs for his mother turned into him screwing a person 20 years younger than him in a bathroom bar. Everything goes great. They're screwing in the bathroom bar. Everything's wonderful. Everything is great. He leaves. He pays for the tab. And then I can't remember if he forgets something or he has to turn around and find something. Well, homegirl walks out. Mom is waiting out there. Mom is talking to the guy that she just screwed in the bathroom. Homegirl finds out that the guy that she just slept with in the bathroom bar is her mom's ex-fiancé. So who she thought was going to be her daddy did not turn out to be her daddy, but just cracked her back in the bathroom bar. Okay, great. So she wants a second round. He's like, you are too young for me. I cannot do this. Also, you're my ex-fiance's daughter. Like, you were about to be my kid. I cannot. So Arya, our lovely FMC, is like, well, then you know what? Screw it. I'm going to keep texting you all of these drinks that men are buying me at this bar because I wanted to hang out with you. You didn't want to hang out with me. Unfortunately, she does get, a substance is put into her drink where it then makes her not be able to function properly. He finds this out. He immediately runs and goes, gets her, and he takes care of her. He gets the doctor that's part of the secret society that y'all should absolutely read about in a different book by Katie Perez. We're going to keep going in this book. He takes care of her. They have a conversation the next day where she's like, listen, I really like you. I know we only slept in a bathroom bar, but I want to get to know you. Okay? Like, my mom is a POS. I know she is, okay? Because even in the middle of this conversation, the mom calls and is trying to call her a whore for basically sleeping with this man. Or any man, really. And then Arya goes, well, I'm screwing the man I was supposed to call daddy anyway, so I'm just going to call him daddy in the bedroom. And he didn't realize he liked being called daddy until this moment. And he goes, what did you just call me? And she goes, I called you the man I'm sleeping with. He's like, you know damn well that's not what I said. You know what you said. And then they have more smexy time. And after another round of smexy time, he realizes, okay, I kind of sort of have a little bit of a responsibility towards her, but I also don't want her thinking that my money is the reason why she should stay with me. So here's what I'm going to offer her. Come back with me. Start your life over. Have a clean slate. I'll pay for everything. Will you give it a shot? She's like, sure, but I really want to have a shot, like, with being with you. So at the end of this book, they're basically talking. They're trying to figure out where they're going. There's another schmexy scene in a changing room where she's riding his shoe. Anyway, overall, this book is only 80 to 90 pages. It's smut. There's zero plot. Like, I know I just mentioned a bunch of plot to you, but at the end of the day, it's like 90% smut, 10% plot. But the timing of all this is that there's a pre-order open for the second book. The second book is actually going to have way more plot to it. Still enough spice. Excuse me. So if you read this book and you read this book and you read the end of this book and it ended on a cliffy and you're like, well, damn, I wanted more. More is coming because at the end of this month, Keep My Secrets, part 2 of this duet, is coming out. And I'm really excited for it. And I hope you guys will pick up this book based off of everything I said. And I know you're going to listen to this and y'all are going to be like, that was a wild take on this book. It's a novella that's basically 90% smut, 10% plot. I don't know what you want from me, but I really want to talk about it because we should talk about it. So, if you have not read Call Him Daddy by Katie Perez, you should. If you've read it and are like, well, maybe I should reread it to make sure I'm ready for Keep My Secrets, you should. By the time this podcast drops, the ARC signups are still open if you would like to ARC read for this book. So please make sure that you pick up this book, read this book, support Katie Perez, and I hope to see you guys on the next podcast episode.